Guys, welcome to Sip Tell's first live event. Yes! So we're here with the whole crew, even though you can't see two of them, but they're here.
Yes.
So today on our podcast, is it recording? Okay. So today on our podcast, we are going to be talking about like the different vibes of different bars, of restaurants, and what does everyone kind of prefer? Oh, look, we have a fan.
Oh my God, hello, welcome in.
Anyways, so that's what we're going to be discussing today, right?
Yes.
Yep. Feel free to ask any questions in the live event.
We love questions.
You're on there, just all good. So anyways, so what is everyone's... Oh yeah, you were asking earlier about dive bars. Do you know what a dive bar is?
Not at all.
Do you know what a dive bar is?
No.
Do you know what? What? Okay. Okay, so basically there's a bunch of different types of bars and different types of restaurants kind of like all around, right? Like if you want to have a drink, you can choose to have a drink literally wherever. So there's like dive bars, which a dive bar essentially is just like a bar that normally they don't really have like seats at the bar. It's normally just like a walk up to the bar. Like that's like nightlife vibes. Like go up, get a drink. They're probably going to give it to you in a plastic cup and you're taking shots. Like that's a dive bar vibe. I wouldn't necessarily go out to a dive bar to like sit and enjoy a drink. It's more of like if you're going out. So there's that vibe. Then a step up, I feel like from a dive bar would be like something like, I don't really know. What is your bar like? I don't know. I don't know anything about
My bar.
the bar that you work at, the restaurant that you work at.
Oh, my restaurant is kind of a chill, but kind of like dressy. So we have live events kind of that go on. We have bands come in some nights. We have a comedy show some nights. And it's kind of like not like a too chill vibe. Like we're not giving out plastic cups and glasses and dressing up when you come in there. You might go on a date, but also if you are dressed a little bit down, you can come in as well. But most of the time, I work just during the weekend. So during the weekends, we're a bit more...
Yeah, that's a really good point. So yeah, that's a good point. I used to work at a pub, which was like very like dark, very like oaky type vibes, like not dive bar, would not call it a dive bar, definitely not. But it's not like some like classy like fancy bar. You just like come there. You're gonna like none of the drinks are gonna have like on our episode last week where we talked about like the different types of like drinks that are in certain like glasses. There wasn't really any of that where I used to work because it doesn't really matter that much. And then there's like where I work now where there are very specific glasses, like it's a little bit more fine dining. That is way not a dive bar at all. Like that you go in for like a nice drink, whatever. And then there's like really, really, really nice restaurants that are like
top of the shelf.
Top shelf. Yes. Yes. And that's also very common too. At like really nice restaurants, they normally have really nice alcohol. And at like dive bars, their nicest alcohol that they're going to have is probably not that good.
When I think of really nice restaurants, it's always like a steakhouse.
Yeah. Steakhouse vibes, definitely. Sure. So it's a matter of like what is the end goal? Like if your end goal is to get drunk, I would not go out to a steakhouse because it's going to cost you like $20 per drink versus a dive bar is going to be like $6. But also you're getting it in a plastic cup and it's probably like house vodka.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question on our live. I wonder who that could be. What's your favorite drinks go-to order? Yeah, so we kind of already answered that, but we can totally answer it again. Which is kind of something that we touched on earlier. Yeah, so that's okay. But my personal favorite drink actually goes into what bar I'm like going to. So if it's like a dive bar, lemon drop shot. If it's like a
green tea shot, lemon. Yeah.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
If it's a like nicer restaurant, I'm gonna get something probably like I do like a martini.
Yeah.
A martini's literally just like shaken vodka or gin and like olive juice.
Strain, yeah.
That's like literally it. So I like those. I also do like not as sweet. I like more like citrusy types of drinks. So, but you guys don't really drink. So what do you guys? What like?
Hello, viewers. I don't really drink all that much, but whenever I do, I like anything that doesn't taste like alcohol. Like, it has to be the sweetest absolute drink, like, ever, and then I'll like it. Sorry.
No,
Yes, well, just get a
sweet is where it's
mocktail.
at.
Right, see, might as well get a mocktail.
Yeah.
Thank God we have an account like Sip and Tell, so everyone can follow.
Sharing so many delicious recipes
Right,
I know.
for mocktails and
made
cocktails.
in-house.
In-house.
In my house.
By our wonderful
house.
mixologists.
Yes. Experts
Yeah.
in the field.
Yeah.
For real.
See, I feel like your home could also have a bar,
Of
which
course,
that
for sure.
some people have. Yeah. Some people have like really, really fancy home bars and some people don't. Some people's are just like here. And then some people's are like, it's like built into the wall with shelves and all that kind of stuff, like very, very fancy. But it's the same thing at a restaurant. But like, it's just a different experience. So I'll flip the table to you guys. When you go out for like anything, like food or whatever, like what, money aside, what dining experience do you prefer? Like getting all dressed up and getting fancy, or like would you rather do something that's like not like that? Come on.
Money aside, I like getting dressed up.
And go out to like a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't mind demolishing a pizza. You know, like that.
So they have nice Italian restaurants
Yeah, I can go both ways.
where they do have pizza there. It's like going to be like $30 fucking for
Absolutely.
a slice. Oops. And yeah, but still very yummy. But yeah, I just feel like with the different vibes of different places brings a particular clientele. So like we always get a lot, like in my restaurant, we have a lot of people who come in for birthdays. A lot of people come in like after weddings. A lot of people come because it's very like, it's a little bit fancy. So people like to dress up. They're going to spend a little bit more money. And that's why I want to work at a bar in New York, because then you also have tourism. And most of the time, people who are tourists have extra money to spend because they've already set aside a certain amount. So if they're going to go out to a fancy restaurant, they're probably going to get nice fancy drinks as well. But it also goes into food too. But like anywhere you go is going to have dive bars, but then they're also not like Michelin star restaurants. But like dive bars are more like going out. You know what I mean? Like if you're like going to go out, that's like that type of vibe. And if you can't handle your alcohol well, then go out to a fancy restaurant and might as well get.
Yeah, for sure.
I would, if I like, for me, because I do drink frequently enough to where like my body's used to it. And like, thanks for this poison every week. But I go, like, if I go out to a fancy restaurant, it would take me like 4 different, like, separate drinks that would probably set me back like $100 just to feel something.
And then when I leave, I'm going to be sober again.
Yep, exactly. So then what's the point with that? But that's the, like, do you guys like casually, like when you do drink, do you casually drink or do you like drink to get drunk?
It's more casual.
Like if I'm gonna drink, it's gonna be one, and I'm done. That's it. Like,
Oh, that's very
and that's very.
What's the yeah. So it's a little dry here on. Oh my god.
That is amazing.
That's awesome. So what else can you guys like come up with something? Like, okay, let's talk about some of our favorite places in Atlanta to go to eat or drink. We can start with you, Sammy.
I actually, it wasn't the best place to eat, but it was like
Yeah,
the
so it's
place.
more like, what was your favorite? Yeah.
No, I went there for a drinking experience. It was the garden room.
I love the garden room.
It was
That's the one I was
amazing.
going to say.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not the garden room. The Select.
The Select. Yeah, because we talked about it last week.
Yes, they have those cute little birds where you drink out of their butts.
I didn't drink out of
But
that
you went to the
glass.
garden room, yeah.
Yeah.
How were the drinks?
Drinks very pricey. I mean, I kind of knew that going in.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good. Again, I like anything sweet, so I can't really attest to the alcohol specifically because I couldn't really taste it. But the drinks that I did have were very tasty, and they were very extravagant. Like they had ingredients that I've never really heard of and I never really tried, but it was really cool getting to try that when I otherwise wouldn't be able to.
So what makes that dining experience different from like somewhere else where you may have gone?
It was very different because I heard about it through TikTok and it was blowing up on TikTok. It was the first place I've ever had to make a reservation for, and it was 3 months in advance. It was ridiculous. So that was definitely an experience, but also like I just really like the vibes. Like I went kind of at sunset, and if you've never seen the garden room, it has flowers like all over the place. It's very gorgeous. Like up, down, like ceiling to the floor, like full of flowers. And I don't know, I just really like that so much. It was very relaxing and it was very chill. Like some bars, it's very upbeat, but this one, it was more relaxed. I got to talk to the people that I went with. It was very, very chill.
That's the garden room. Isn't that so pretty? Yeah. It's so, so gorgeous. There's to our live viewers, the one watching. No, that is super.
It's not sponsored.
No,
not sponsored.
Room, but it is beautiful. Like, okay, so this is a good time to look at their menu, because this would really like their drinks menu. Each one of their drinks are $19, so each one of their cocktails are $19. They're beautiful though. They all have separate glasses. They have beautiful garnishes. That's all that they have as far. Their wine menu is probably also very expensive as well. Oh wow! For a glass of Dom Perignon, how do you even pronounce that? Perignon. It's $100 for a flute of that. Not even a bottle, because I think the bottle is like $300, $400, $500. But they have very expensive, like their cheapest wine by the glass. Like, okay, so to give you an example, where I work, the cheapest wine by the glass is, I think, $12, and their cheapest wine by the glass is $17. Although their most expensive is our most expensive. They have a $28. Oh, they have Opus One. Opus One is a very, very, very expensive wine. By the glass, $200 for a glass of one of them. Their cheapest one by the glass is $78. Then it goes $172, $175, $168, $200. So they have Opus One.
Never.
No.
I'd rather get apple juice.
And then they also have dessert wines by the glass. They have one for $320.
Wow.
They do half bottles. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's check out their. Oh, those don't look cheap to me. I want to see what their most expensive bottle is, because where I work, the most expensive bottle that we have is $3,000.
Oh my gosh.
And the most expensive one that I'm seeing here is $2,100. It doesn't look as though that I don't think that they have any over $2,000 here. Oh, I am very wrong. They have a wine for a bottle of whatever this is for $4,050.
Oh my god.
Is that insane? Oh yeah, it's a red wine. It's going for like retail anywhere from $600 to $7,000 per bottle. So to buy that at a restaurant would be very nice. Oh wow, those do go higher in price, don't they? There's one for $4,000.
It just keeps going up.
$4,600. Yeah,
goodness.
by the bottle. There's one for 7,500. Oh, sorry. This one here is from bottled in 1999, and that one is $8,555. The way that I would never spend $8,000 on a bottle of wine.
That's a car.
That literally is a car. 8,000. Also, when you go to a restaurant, you have to understand that when you buy that bottle at a restaurant, you are already paying probably
more,
double the price of the retail of it. Oh my God, they have their wine list. By the way, I'm on page 26 of their wine. They have quite the selection. When you went, was there like a wine wall?
It wasn't. Not that I could tell. Because since I went more in the evening, it was starting to get dark, so I couldn't.
You couldn't see it.
They have I couldn't see it. It was very, very low lighting. Once it got dark, but I think there was some like wine wall ish. Maybe they had like a bar because it's also like it's a restaurant really, and then a bar. Yeah. And I didn't sit at the bar, so they might have had it at the bar area.
Oh my God, it's so pretty.
It's really gorgeous.
That is such a pretty restaurant.
Have you ever been?
No, I want to go though. Yeah. It's very, but like that's what you're paying for. When you get a vodka soda, it's probably going to cost you $20, but it's because it's beautiful. Like I love the aesthetic of it all. It's very, very pretty.
Did you have to make reservations? Or?
Yes, I had to make reservations, and there's also a dress code.
Okay.
That's interesting. We have a dress code, but I want to see how I can reserve a table. November tonight. Let's see. If I did two. High top. Oh, okay. They have reservations, but like, for how many people did you go with?
Just me and my boyfriend. Just two people.
Okay, so two. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, so that's something there. I'm gonna go to the garden room.
Right. Me too.
My favorite restaurant, our favorite restaurant, I guess, as far as like aesthetic and drinks, is like the garden rooms, like
baby.
Yeah, it has like very like flowers and stuff like that hanging from the ceiling and stuff. So it's very, very pretty, but it's also not as expensive as something like the garden room. Like there's
probably not as big either.
No, definitely not. But like, all I'm saying is that what's yours? Do you have like a favorite place in ATL that you've been?
Food wise,
yeah.
Honestly, I can't complain about Stony River. It's pretty decent.
Is it a nice, decent steakhouse?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not anything crazy, but I'll go there.
There's a restaurant that just got on the Michelin star list that's called Atlas Restaurant. Mm-hmm. It's within the St. Regis Hotel. That's why. Mm-hmm. So it's such a very, very pretty hotel. But all I'm saying is that there are plenty of different dining options and drinking options depending on what vibe you want to go for. And something like the garden room is something that is more of a special, like, destination restaurant.
Right.
Like you don't pass by the garden room and go, oh, maybe we should eat there.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like you get dressed up and like definitely has a dress code. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's also more of what the restaurant wants to be perceived as. So like if you have like these really fancy bottles and you have $8,000 bottles of wine, it's like that's the perception of your restaurants to be good. Like we have like one or two bottles that are like $2,000 to $3,000, but we only have one or two. They have like 80. Which tells you that they're selling them, like, especially if you're like a wine distributor or whatever, like from a business standpoint, like we have one bottle of, it's called Screaming Eagle, but we have one bottle of it. What I don't know, but I think if like we don't sell that, then the next time they ship out, like they only produce a certain amount, like a very, very, very small amount, and they'll send them to certain restaurants. And so if we don't sell it, I'm sure that they have a list of being like, oh, well, they didn't sell theirs this year, so why would we send them this bottle? Well, no, not even send. I think it's we purchased the bottle from them. But like, why would we purchase the bottle from them if we're not even going to sell it? Right. But normally we get like business dinners and stuff like that who come in who will buy. That's who's going to buy like a $3,000 bottle. Like you know what I mean? Is to impress someone and be like, oh yeah, this. I would hate to open a bottle like that. We have to do like
dropping it.
Oh my God.
I know. It's Imagine breaking the cork inside of a $3,000 bottle of wine. I would literally be like, great. It literally has dust on it. Ours has dust because no one ever gets it. So we had to, and I held the bottle and I was like, oh my God, if I drop this, it's literally $3,300. But anyways, guys, that was our podcast today, talking about bars, restaurants, and everything in between, what some of our favorite eateries are and drink places are around Atlanta. So thanks for joining us on this podcast.
And this live.
And the live. And you guys can watch the live on our page if you want to watch the live podcast. If not, you can listen to it on Spotify as well as our website. And
YouTube.
And YouTube. Yes. Thanks, guys. Have such a great day.